On this edition of Shelby This Week, if you've still got leaves to clean up, we've got some information you'll need to know about curbside pickup in Shelby Township. Also, honoring a fallen hero. Shelby TV had the privilege of serving at Officer Colin Rose's funeral, a Wayne State police officer that died in the line of duty. And Christmas Aglow will take you to a township tradition to watch that tree light up and see all of the holiday cheer. We've got all of these stories plus many more right now. First, we want to start you off at the top with a notice about curbside waste here in Shelby Township. Since we're having unusually warmer weather this year, residents will be able to dispose of yard waste for curbside pickup until the week of December 12th through the 16th. Yard waste like leaves, lawn cuttings, and tree trimmings is collected on the same day of the week that your trash and recycling is collected. You should place yard waste into biodegradable bags or containers, 35 gallons or less. Brush or tree limbs more than 2 inches in diameter must be in bundles no longer than 4 feet. If you have any questions, you're asked to call the Public Works Department. Shelby TV had the honor of being there to celebrate the life of Sergeant Colin Rose. The Wayne State police officer was killed back in November in the line of duty. Arthur Schenck takes us to the packed St. Clair Shores Church that was filled with hundreds of police officers from all over the state, as well as the men and women who serve Shelby Township.
Law enforcement representatives from across Michigan, as well as many other states, gathered at St. Joan of Arc Church in St. Clair Shores for the service of fallen Wayne State police officer Colin Rose. With services being streamed live on the internet, the somber crowd gathered to pay respects to the young officer who touched many with his smile and his concern for those in the community he helped protect.
When we focus our heart on the other, when we do acts of kindness, when we go out of our way to do what we can to see each other as brothers and sisters and treat people with respect and go out of our way to do acts of kindness like Colin did his entire life, that's being poor in spirit. Blessed are the peacemakers.
My wife Jacqueline and I were fortunate to get to know Colin personally. And it's easy to understand how he touched so many people. My office has been flooded with words of condolence from members of our campus, from other university presidents and police chiefs, from people of all walks of life across the country who lauded Officer Rose's bravery and grieved his death.
He would always go the extra mile, and I mean always, to help a student or member of a community. Because this just wasn't a job. These just wasn't his street to patrol. This was his neighborhood. This was his beat. These were his family members. This was his home. He served them all with pride and dedication. And of course, his trademark smile.
To help honor the loss of their fallen comrade, officers and police canines lined the parking lot to pay their respect to Officer Rose. Afterward, a procession of police vehicles escorted Rose's body and his loved ones to Resurrection Cemetery in Clinton Township, where he was laid to rest. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Arthur Schenck.
Thank you, Art. A heads up for anyone heading over to the Macomb County Court offices, the reopening of the old county building will finally be happening this month now that it's equipped with a new digital system, including electronic displays. The Macomb County Friend of the Court will be moving its offices from the 6th floor of the Circuit Court building to the floors of 1 through 7 of the adjacent old county building. This will all take place in the coming weeks. They expect to be fully moved in by December 27th. For further details on the move, head to foc.macomb.gov.org. Registration is now open for a Shelby Township 5K that's less of a run and more of a Christmas party. The Jingle Bell Run is on Sunday, December 18th at 9 a.m. The start and finish line is at the Senior Center, and the course goes through Shelby Junior High on the Cherry Creek Golf Course, and it also incorporates the May Stecker Park. 100% of the race proceeds will go to various charities around the area. And if that isn't enough to get you there, there will also be prizes.
This year is an additional lure to get more people to come out so we can raise more money. I'm offering about 8 or 10 at least major prizes, including foursomes at Cherry Creek, foursomes at Greystone, a brand new tablet, Samsung 10-inch tablet, 4 Platinum Pass seats for a Jimmy John's game they were nice enough to donate, a Pavilion Pass for pavilion use at Riverbends, and a bunch of other really cool prizes.
More than 600 people are expected to come to the Jingle Bell Run this year, and while you may think it's just a run, it's really more of a big community Christmas party.
Everybody comes in costumes. We have the giant guy that runs in the giant Christmas tree outfit. We have Captain America, who comes to all of our races. He's a great guy. Everybody's dressed in costumes and all, and everybody has a great time.
If you're interested in registering for the 7th annual Jingle Bell Run, just head over to shelbytv.org. The Shelby Township Library is all ready for Santa. Staff and residents came together to celebrate Christmas. There was music and refreshments, and kids in the community decorated the library's Christmas tree. And here's the final product. Head over to the Township Library if you'd like to see the tree in person. And while you're there, search for Jingle, the library's elf on the shelf. If you spot him, you get a holiday prize. It's a yearly tradition that will surely get you into the holiday spirit. Stacy Sansatera takes us to the annual Christmas Aglow, where there was music, fun, and of course, Santa. Stacy?
Well, Kelly, it's nights like tonight that give proof to the old adage, it's the most wonderful time of the year. With a huge ho, 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 and some holiday cheer.
Merry Christmas!
It's time to enjoy an old-fashioned Christmas celebration at the Township's Christmas Aglow.
This is weeks of preparation. We have guys up in the bucket trucks, up on the roofs, and the lights here. But you know what? It really pays off.
Pays off in a big way as residents are able to enjoy a night of free family fun.
We have horse-drawn wagon rides. We have hot dogs, hot chocolate. So we have a kids' craft area. So the nice thing I like about it is it's a great family event for all the residents of Shelby Township to come on here. We have a nice small-town feeling here on the municipal grounds.
A great family event while anxiously awaiting the arrival of Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus!
After receiving the key to the township by Girl Scouts from Roberts Elementary, it was time to light that tree.
3, 2, 1.
And with that, it is officially Christmas in Shelby Township.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas to me means a time for me to celebrate what life is all about, my Lord and my Savior's birth, and to thank Him for all the blessings that He's brought to my life, especially celebrating it with family and friends.
Christmas is is when Jesus was born, and it's just like the history is when the wise men followed the North Star and all the shepherds came. It's not all about the presents.
And on such a magical night, there is lots to be thankful for. Dr. Ban Barbette is an example of this as she came out for her 20th year to once again sponsor this event.
We've always felt, it's important to contribute to the community that you're going to be working in.
And the community loves you for it. And the warm feelings continued with visits from Santa.
Merry Christmas, Shelby Township.
He asked us what we wanted, and of course I had to say I wanted a trampoline, because everyone wants that.
Yes, and what about you?
I said I wanted stuffed animals.
Yeah, what did Santa say?
He said, okay, want books? I said, kinda,
Yeah, what about you?
I want a 3DS and a drone.
Oh, a drone? What did Santa say when you asked him for a drone?
You have to be very good.
Well, there you go. The tree has been lit. And now it's time for this girl to get in line for the big guy because I've got a real long list this year. Back to you in the studio, Kelly.
A new listing is now available, and it's a gorgeous home. The only problem, it's not quite in Shelby Township. Take a look at this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,500 square foot home that sits on 25 acres of land. This is the house of the infamous Santa Claus, and he and the missus have just put it up for sale on Zillow. Right when you walk in, you see a beautiful living room with a stone fireplace and a gourmet kitchen. There's a master bedroom along with a study where Santa sewed the very first teddy bear. Over the river and through the woods sits a state-of-the-art toy-making facility, and you'll also have to take care of a few reindeers that live there. The home costs about $600,000. The only problem would be your commute. It'll be a little bit long. It's at the North Pole. Next on Shelby this week, gas prices going up. We'll tell you why you could be seeing higher prices at the pump at the start of the new year. And dozens upon dozens of kids around Macomb County are going to get new bicycles just in time to ride them in the spring. Find out just how many bikes were collected for a donation drive next.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
The Eastside Bicycle Drive has officially wrapped up, and kids next spring in Macomb County will be getting those bikes. Residents brought used bikes into the Parks and Recreation Department, and in just a couple weeks, 183 bikes were collected for families in need. And that was just in Shelby Township. If you're interested in the opportunity to volunteer in your community, there's one nonprofit organization that is a good choice for anyone, including retirees. The nonprofit Motown Soup is volunteer-run. They produce and then sell soup and baked good mixes, and that money then goes to various charities. Last year, the organization raised $140,000 for people in need. Volunteers say the process is good for anyone who prefers to either sit or stand. There's various jobs like labeling packages, sealing them, or even putting the ingredients together.
We have a system where it's like Lucy and Ethel, a production system. No conveyor belt, however, so we just hand things down. So it's a very old but simple way of making the soup mixes. We have people who need to label, who need to seal packages.
Motown Soup is located inside Trinity Lutheran Church in Utica. If you'd like to know more about volunteering for the nonprofit, head over to motownsoup.com. A major company is helping the community of Armada keep the April Millsap Memorial Garden looking beautiful. The garden was built last year in memory of the 14-year-old who was killed while walking along the Macomb Orchard Trail back in 2014. Since then, the garden's board has been able to install a water system to keep the plants watered. But those bills are costly, so Wendy Achatz, the founder of Achatz Pies and an avid trail user, has agreed to help. Achatz Homemade Pie Company will match the donations for the garden, reaching up to $1,800. And garden officials also hope to add a new surprise to the garden to enhance it in the next few months. Michigan motorists better get used to seeing higher prices at the pump. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries signed a new deal planning to cut crude oil production by more than 1 million barrels a day starting next month. The goal of this is to drain the overabundance of fuel that's left from the lower prices over the last few years. Analysts believe this could lead to an increase of at least 13 cents at the pump. Last month was No Shave November, and men all over the country grew beards, including the men here at Shelby TV. Take a look at these beards. It was all in the name of raising money for prostate cancer. The purpose of the month is for men to grow out their facial hair and donate that money that they would normally use on shaving cream and razors to charity. And our Nick Buckler is here. Nick, you're doing something a little bit different. You're using social media to raise money.
Yeah, what I did was I grew my facial hair out for the whole month up until the last 3 days last week, and then just kept the mustache portion for Movember. And what that is it's just an awareness spreading type of foundation to spread awareness for men's health and to help men all over live happy and healthier lives. And I posted to Facebook and said every like that my picture of me with a different looking mustache, every like that photo got, I would donate $1 to the Movember Foundation. And right now, it ended the month at 183 likes. So I'm not sure if people just liked it out of spite to get me to donate money or for the good cause, but either way, I was happy to help.
Is it okay that I liked it for both, actually? I wanted you to pay, but yet I also
wanted
really wanted you to help.
And you wanted me to pay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're donating all that money. You're just going to go online?
Yeah, online, and anyone can do it on their website. I think it's Movember.org, I believe. If not, anything you type in, it's Movember. It's right there, the top thing that comes up. Completely nonprofit. And growing a beard for the month isn't just to be trendy. It's actually spreading awareness for a really good cause.
And how did people like the stash?
Actually, I had some positive feedback. People said it was a pretty smooth stash. I know a lot of the people here really weren't too fond of it, but
no, I was not a fan of the stash.
but I mean, it was all for a good cause, so I'd do it again next year and the year after that.
Yeah, then we'll see you next November.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still ahead on Shelby this week, good food and good fun. We'll tell you how Vince and Joe's celebrated the holidays with a community event. And we'll take you inside a local school's assembly where kids are honored as Student of the Month. But this isn't your ordinary public school. Stay tuned.
If you are struggling and need support, call the Trevor Lifeline at 1-866 488 7386. Trained counsellors are there to listen without judgment.
Tis the season for food, joy, giving, and well, more food. Vince and Joe's Gourmet Market hosted their Holiday Taste Fest, and our Nick Buckler couldn't pass up the opportunity at some good spirits and better food.
There's nothing like getting a bunch of people together for some good food during the holidays. And that is exactly what happened at Vince and Joe's Gourmet Market for their Holiday Taste Fest.
We have the best customers, the best clients here, the best friends here that come shop at the store. So we try to give us some sort of appreciation for them twice a year. We do it once in June. We have great sales too, and once here during Christmas time, during the holiday seasons too.
They had many stations set up throughout the store where customers could receive samples, including a crepe station.
Whipped cream?
Yeah.
There you go, and there's our wonderful crepe to order there. There you go. Enjoy.
Vince and Joe's presented a check to St. Jude.
Stacy, we'd like to present this check from Vince and Joe's and all of our community of customers to St. Jude. It's a great partnership. It's for a great cause.
And Santa even stopped by to pay a visit. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
Among the many farms in Michigan, there's also tree farms, making our state the third largest producer of Christmas trees in the nation. In the 1940s, Michigan was actually one of the first states to start harvesting trees into a plant and harvest industry, instead of making people go out into the woods and cut down their own. 560 counties have Christmas tree farms, covering more than 27,000 acres in the state. Here in Shelby Township, Campo Christmas Trees has been in the business since 1956, and they wanted to help you this Christmas by informing you about caring for your tree to make sure it lasts and looks beautiful all season.
Once that tree is cut, it needs to be in water relatively quickly within a couple hours. And the key is you don't let it run out of water. If you do run out of water, it'll seal at the bottom and the tree won't drink anymore. We don't recommend any kind of additives like sugar that could gum up the tree. You want to keep it drinking, that's the key. Don't put it by heat registers. If that's the spot the only spot you have, you gotta make sure it's sealed. Cover it with plastic so that no hot air is blowing up on the tree.
And by the way, we're the third in the nation, just behind Oregon and North Carolina. Now, there's plenty of places to donate this holiday season, but if you're looking to help some four-legged friends, we can help. Head over to Amazon, where the Macomb County Animal Control has provided a wish list for people who would like to donate. They need a variety of things, from a stethoscope to medicine for dogs and cats. And I'm sure the furry friends of Macomb County would be very grateful this holiday season for a gift. Imagine a classroom where subjects like fractions and geography aren't taught every day. At a local public school, learning to feed yourself is worth an A+. In a loud and chaotic gym, hundreds of students and staff pack in for a positive behavior support assembly. And among the students, a few are recognized as Student of the Month.
As you can tell, he's a very loving boy. He's very cooperative. He'll do anything you ask him to do. He's just so sweet. Such a sweetheart.
Good job, Anthony. Anthony Hicks is 11 years old. He was born at 33 weeks, weighing 2 pounds, with Down syndrome. As you can see, Anthony needs specific attention because he's on oxygen, is trached, unable to walk, and unable to feed himself. But that's something his new school is working on.
We work a lot on communication, a lot on self-help. We work on a lot of feeding skills. He's doing great with that.
Our students kind of have very significant needs. They will have physical needs. A lot of them are not able to walk. Or if they do, they need some assistance with different equipment that we do have here.
Searching for a place to accommodate Anthony's needs, his family moved him from school to school until they found this one in Macomb County.
Glen Peters was started approximately 42 years ago. It was a vision of a couple of people in the community, one of them being Mr. Peters, and wanted to develop a program for students with significant needs.
Glen Peters is designed to help kids from 3 to 26 who have physical and cognitive impairments. Yeah. And here, the teachers and staff work hard to make it a home away from home.
You got to be on at all times. You're going from one student to another. But as you can tell, I mean, they're wonderful. They're wonderful students. It's not that hard to do.
For Anthony's teacher, Michelle, this is a job she fell in love with.
I fell in love with this population when I did my student teaching at Wayne State. I always thought I would be in that regular school, but once I was at another program, once I found this population, I fell in love. I mean, it's the parents and the students that are just incredible, like nowhere else. And it is amazing watching them come in from being in their wheelchairs to walking to just learning to communicate in a different way.
Glen Peters is just one of 7 in the Macomb Intermediate School District that works to make sure students like Anthony can be a child who never feels out of place. Here, he's just one of the kids.
There's nothing like the Glen Peters family that you have here. You've got the great parent support, you have the great staff support, great administration. It's just, there's nothing like Glen Peters.
If you'd like to learn more about Glen Peters and other schools similar, head over to www.misd.net. Before we go, you've probably worked really hard on your Christmas decorations display, so we want to see it. Every year, Shelby This Week does a special holiday lights show. If you've got a great display of lights on your house or some really neat decorations, let us know. We'd love to include your home in our show. Message us either on our Shelby TV Facebook page or go on our website, shelbytv.org. Just click on the contact page. We're looking forward to seeing your decorations on the small screen. And that's it for us here at Shelby This Week. You can watch us all the time on shelbytv.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. You'll find all of this information plus much more. We'll leave you now with more from Christmas Aglow. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.
Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy